D2Gs, how you guys doing out there today? All right, bringing you guys another forgotten meta video, this time with the Crown of Tempests for our arc build. This build is a pretty strong one. I know most of us have forgotten how well this build or this exotics performed. See how fast we obtain all of our abilities, how often we use our abilities, see how fast we get ionic traces, or how we create orbs of power. This build is going to be great. I know this video is a little bit of a long one. I'm going to have some timestamps here for you guys, so you can guys kind of skip over to either the legendary lost sector, which is the following clip, so you can also see the gameplay there, or just jump right into the build as well. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoy this video. Please leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the build. All right, and for the build, I'm just gonna go ahead and post this up here just in case you want to go ahead and screenshot this. So now let's go ahead and talk about it. We're gonna go ahead and have our abilities. Healing Rift, we're gonna go ahead and use Balanced Glide. We're gonna go ahead and use Ball Lightning, and we're using Pulse Grenade. Next, for aspects, we're using Electrostatic Mind, and we're using Arc Soul. Well, of course, we love our Arc Souls because our Arc Souls, once they go ahead and kill an enemy, they're also going to go ahead and create Ionic Traces for us. We are using for our fragments Spark of Resistance, because once we're surrounded by all the ads, we're going to have a reduced incoming damage from them. We're using for our next frag Spark of Shock, because as soon as we use our grenade, we're going to automatically jolt, which means you can also jolt all of your champions by just chucking your pulse grenade. We are using for our next frag Spark of Ions, which means defeating the jolted targets is also going to create an ionic trace. And our other frag, we're using Spark of Magnitude, because once we use all of our let's say our grenade, we're going to go ahead and extend the duration for using our grenade. All right, so now for our main event, our Crown of Tempests, which basically helps us gain all of our abilities at a very decent pace, as well as extend the duration of our super Storm Trance. We are using here for the mods a Harmonic Siphon, and we are using Dynamo. For our gauntlets, we are using, well, here, since this is an Artifice gear, all you really need is the Grenade Kickstart and the Bolstering Detonation. For our chest piece, we are using Emergency Reinforcement, and of course any of the other resistance mods according to whatever activity you're doing. For our boots, we are using an Arc Surge, and we're using Insulation, as well as we're using Innervation. And for our bond, we are using Powerful Attraction, and we're using Bomber as well as Reaper to create all of those orbs of power. For our weapons, highly suggest go ahead and once again use 2 arcs, just as well as any other build that I do. If I'm doing Void or Solar, just always try to pair it up with 2 of the same kind affinity weapons for the class that you're using. But yes, you can go ahead and use Risk Runner, which is a pretty good addition to this build. It gives you an overshoot while you're using it, or you can use the Centrifuge, since it's also a barrier weapon for this season. And for other slots, we're using the Kinetic, I'm using the Hung Jury, and for the Heavy Machine, I'm using the Swarm. For these 2 weapons, you can always get them at Zavala. They also give you an added bonus, which means every kill that you make, they're also going to give you a little bit of health. And that's thanks to the Vanguard's Vindication perk here. And Hung Jury has a kinetic tremor, which I suggest, or I highly suggest getting a weapon that has a kinetic tremor. Is going to give like an extra jolt shockwave once you've eliminate that ad anywhere. And you can go ahead and get that here, so long as you have any more of your Vanguard Ingrams here. For the Hung Jury, you can go ahead and get it as well as other weapons that are really actually good. Hung Jury's right here. Just go ahead and spam out and see if you get the roll that you would like, and see if you get that kinetic tremor on there. But all these other weapons are also great. The Wendigo is also a great grenade launcher, which was also a meta like 6-7 seasons ago. You also have the Hothead, which is also still a great rocket launcher. And like I said, all these weapons here, every single one of these are going to go ahead and give you that perk that will also give you a little bit of health as well. Over here, if you come over to the Focus and Decoding, this is where you go ahead and find the Swarm. The Swarm, I'm using the Swarm Adept version, but the regular Swarm also, there's really not that big of a difference. They are both high impact frame, and they're both 360, which I would like this to be at a 450, which is kind of like the sweet spot. But the high impact frame kind of makes up for it being a little bit of a slower, but yet it's going to hit hard. All right, guys. So that is going to be it for the build. appreciate you guys. Please leave a message down below, leave a comment down below. This is once again the forgotten meta, so if you're unable to obtain the fallen sun star from doing like any legendary lost sectors or anything like that, back in the days this was the it factor before this helmet came along, or before any of the other exotics came along, because I believe I also use the getaway artist, which helps me gain a harder arc soul, like a hidden power harder arc soul. But for the most part, this is going to be one of the best builds for any beginner or any existing veteran, that you know, if you've forgotten about it and you've forgotten the power that this can do for you. But all right, guys, please leave a message down below. Once again, guys, hope you guys like this video. Please like and subscribe, and you guys have a good one. See you guys on the next one. Peace.